All right. All right. Welcome back to the show. I'm Dan Edwards, managing broker of the Eastside real estate team. Welcoming to our podcast, Kerri Jambor, who joined the team. And Kerri is actually coming back to the team. She was with us 5 years ago. It's 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
And you've been in real estate for 8 years?
7.
Okay, 7 years. So she's working our 8th year in real estate. And something you need to know about Kerri is she cares highly about the success of her buyers. And it's not just about helping them find the right home, but passionate about them knowing what is important in each community that they look for. She's a consummate professional when it comes to servicing our buyers and sellers on the East Side. She calls Sammamish her home because of the great schools and what the community has to offer. I think she's a great advocate of not only the fun things to do around the East Side, like paddleboarding, hiking, biking, and just exploring the city, including Seattle. Welcome to our show. Welcome to our team, Kerri.
Thank you, Dan. It's
All
good
right.
to be back.
Good to be back. It's good to have you back. So let's just talk a little bit about you. When it comes to real estate, it became your passion because why?
Well, I was a military child, moved around a lot, went to school to be a teacher, elementary school teacher. I was married to a military pilot. War happened. We moved around, and that wasn't going to happen, teaching, and that was not my passion, but I like educating people. And then when my kids started back in school, we moved to Sammamish. I was trying to figure out what I want to do for myself, for my career. They were being independent, and having been a military spouse, I moved around a lot as well and kind of knew the nuances and understood what it meant to be the new person in town. And I also had experiences with realtors that would throw me in the car and say, sign a contract. And I had no idea what I was signing. I think I bought 4 houses and had no idea what I was signing. And I was like, I have a teaching degree. I like helping people. I have experience moving around. And all my friends were like, you need to be a realtor. And I'm like, yes, because I wanted to take those experiences that I had with people that weren't as helpful and what things I liked in a realtor, and I could, move forward with that, helping people.
That's awesome. So being a person that relocates a lot, we have talked about the relocation situation when it comes to the Seattle area. You've helped several people kind of get oriented. What are some of the biggest challenges that people that are relocating to the Seattle area are facing?
I always say it is very humbling if you are moving from the South and you have to give up your gated golf course community to buy a 1987 fix-me-upper, and you paid twice as much and you got to renovate. So you kind of have to have compassion. I'm like, yes, I would love to live on Lake Washington. I don't live on Lake Washington. I can't afford that here. So you kind of have to sympathize of like, all right, be prepared. This is a great investment regardless. I'm still renovating my home and making it my own. And I have a ton of equity, so I'm very thankful.
Yeah, I think that sticker shock is probably the number one thing for folks here. But then I would also confer, and you could agree with me, that the number one thing too is after 5 years of living here and moving to somewhere else, the amount of equity that they gained is something that they wouldn't see down in some places.
Absolutely. I love getting my, what is your home worth now? And it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Awesome. So you help people with relocation, but what about from the standpoint of selling a house? What would you say are some of the big things that you bring to the table that help sellers get their home sold?
Well, I think because I've moved so much, I know how the importance of getting your house ready to show. I know in the past, I even helped a friend. Her house was on the market for 3 months, and I walked in and I was like, what did your realtor do or not do? Why didn't they tell you to clear off this and go get fresh towels? I'm like, that's your realtor's job. So her house was on the market for 3 months. I went in there. We just bought some freshened up and cleaned up a little bit. And then she had an offer on her house that week. So just the importance of that. And as your realtor, that's your job, to be authentic and to let the people know this is what's going to add value or not add value.
Yeah, it's sometimes a hard conversation, right? Because, how you live in a house is not how you sell a house, right?
Correct.
And so helping folks kind of get to that point. We're working with a few sellers right now, and it's what's actually key is if you are thinking about selling is just start by looking online and look what your competition looks like in order to get an idea of what you need to do. Now, like you said, Kerri, it's our job. And so you were part of the team, went away, came back. What drew you back to the team?
Well, Dan Edwards' knowledge. I just really like being on a team with collaboration, and there's always so much to learn with real estate. And I appreciate there's someone that has my back that, will work with me and my clients if I don't know something, especially with your expertise and knowledge.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I wasn't, I'm not like trying to get you to talk me up, but I think you're right. The collaboration part of it, right, is bouncing ideas off each other. If you're an individual agent out there, you're on your own, right? So if keys need to be picked up at 6 o'clock at night, you're out. When you run a team, there is a group effort, and it can be that way. So, well, welcome back to the team. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just excited to be back, and I'm looking forward to working with people again and helping them find a house. It's not just a house, it's your community. I really like to emphasize people, like, how do you like to live? What do you like to do on the weekend? That yard is beautiful, but do you like to go to your kids' baseball games on the weekends, or do you like mowing your yard? Like, it's more of that conversation of the whys, and I'm excited about, working with my next client to help them find a community and not just a house.
Well, yeah. So speaking of community, we're going to finish up our podcast here. And I do want to point out that we do have an event coming up in Issaquah. And it looks like it's the Art Walk. And it starts this Saturday, June 10th. And I believe it's the second Saturday in the summer. So June 10th, August 12th, and September 9th. You get to be on Front Street. There's shops, handmade artisan gifts, live music.
There's Whiskey Walk tonight, which I think you might enjoy more.
What? Whiskey Walk?
Whiskey Walk.
Is it in Issaquah?
Yes.
Doggone it.
And we have several places now in Issaquah that are doing trivia night, which is kind of fun to just meet different people, and because people want an excuse to get out of the house on Tuesday or Wednesday. So we have a lot of those popping up now.
Yeah. So for events and stuff like that, please do follow our Instagram account, Eastside Real Estate Team, because we're going to be publishing fun stuff that we're up to, that we're doing, and it's coming up. So yeah. All right. Well, Kerri, welcome back to the team. Thanks for your contributions. And that is going to end our podcast. I'm Dan Edwards, managing broker of the Eastside Real Estate Team. You're listening to Seattle's Eastside Real Estate Podcast. Please share this podcast with any friends, family members, or people that want to be bored by my voice. Maybe they put some to sleep. I don't know. But I do thank you all for watching.